Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be changing the transfer case fluid in my 2001 Dodge Ram 1500. I have not done this in a while. Actually, I've never done this on my own, but I have not had the fluid changed in a while, so figured I'd go ahead and take care of that while I had some time. It'll be a pretty quick process, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, this is the back side of the transfer case towards the rear end of the truck. You can see the rear drive shaft output right here that goes back to your rear differential. Just follow the drive shaft up and it goes right into the back of the transfer case. You see two plugs here. This is the drain plug and that's the fill plug, and this is your ID tag telling you what type of transfer case you have. In my case it is the 231, I believe it's 231D. In any case, first things first, I think I'm going to clean up the surface, the outside of the case first, just so I don't get any gunk through the into the inside through the drain plug or fill plug. Once I do that, we'll want to remove the fill plug first, just to make sure that it actually will come out. Last thing you want to do is drain out all the fluid and then realize you can't get the fill plug out and you got no way to get new fluid back in there. So first things first, I'm just going to clean off the transfer case and then we'll drain the fluid. Now the tools you're going to need for this project are, of course, a drain pan to catch the fluid. You're going to need your replacement fluid, which in this case calls for transmission fluid, ATF +4. We'll need a couple funnels. I think that blue funnel is probably going to be the trick because it's got a small outlet on it that should fit in the fill hole. Some rags. I'm going to use some cleaner just to clean off the outside of the case, and we'll need a socket. And on mine it requires a 10mm hex or Allen head like that. And I might use this brush to scrub up the backside of the case, but really the only critical tools are, of course, the drain pan, the socket with the hex head, and your fluid. So I'll get this cleaned and we'll drain it down and fill it back up. Alright, I've got the outside of the transfer case cleaned up a little bit. Now we're ready to take out the fill plug, and mine was stuck in there pretty good, so I ended up taking a breaker bar to get it started, and now it's to the point where I can turn it with my hand with a socket. So we're going to pull this out. Finish up with my hand. Alright. And because I'm on a little bit of an incline, we're losing some fluid. We'll let it drain out and then move on to the bottom one. Okay, so I've got the drain plug loose now. Had to use a breaker bar to get that started as well. So we're ready to pull that. Now, if I seemed a little surprised when I opened up the fill plug, it was because the fluid coming out is not what I expected. What's draining out of here right now is clearly gear oil. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's fairly transparent. You know, it looks a little, you know, kind of got a little bit of a yellow or brown tinge to it, which you would expect from gear oil. It's definitely not ATF4, and it smells like gear oil. So I was a little surprised by that, and I jumped up to double check my manual to make sure that I was correct on the fluid type, and it definitely says use ATF +4. And I think the thinking there is, if the seal between the transmission and the transfer case ever went bad and fluid leaked from one into the other, you'd have the same fluid type. You wouldn't be contaminating one with a different type of fluid. So in any case, the more of my own maintenance I do, the more I realize it's really good to know how to do that, because some mechanics just don't take the time to pay attention to stuff. And I don't know that this would have caused any damage. I don't think I have any leak in the seal, but if it had, then I'd be getting gear oil in my transmission and vice versa. So anyway, ready to let the rest of this drain out. I'm going to go ahead and pull the drain plug. off my hand here. And we'll let it drain out in the pan. And then we'll put the plug back in and go ahead and refill it. So this is a pretty quick process. Okay, I've let the fluid drain for a few minutes, and I went ahead and poured a tiny little bit of ATF plus 4 into the fill hole and let it try to flush some of the old gear fluid out. So we're ready to put the drain plug back in now, and we'll go ahead and fill it up. I'm just going to run this in by hand. I'll tighten it up. And then I remember that I had a little offset funnel like this that'll work great for filling it back up. You know, I can put it in and angle the funnel up so I don't spill everywhere. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you that just because I don't have a camera mount. But basically, you just want to be on flat, level surface, have your drain plug tightened up, and then fill this up till the fluid level reaches the bottom of the fill hole. And then put your fill plug back in, and you're all done. You're good to go for a while. So, this has been an easy fluid change, and it's something anybody can do. So I hope you found this video a little bit helpful, and you can do this on your own and save a couple bucks. Thanks for watching.